but I don't believe that everybody that comes here has a purpose. There are some what we call NPCs, those who come here that don't have a soul whatsoever. And they come here and they're just living.
That's non-playable characters, right?
That is correct.
Yeah.
But they don't have, these are beings that do not have souls. It's real. It's a real thing. It's a very real thing.
Now, people watching this will assume that all black people have a purpose, but are there black NPCs?
Yes. Yes. Just like you have black agents.
Yeah, same thing. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, let me just say this one thing, and people are going to have an issue with me when I say this, but I'm going to say it anyway. I would like to think that we are special people. But the more my consciousness expands and the more I'm understanding unity consciousness, the more I'm starting to realize that's not the case. We are all, no one's above the other. We've been trained to think a certain way. Even I have been guilty of that. I've been trained to think a certain way. There is what you call personal responsibility and accountability that one has to atone for. And one of the things our people don't like to do is take personal responsibility or accountability for shit. And so, because I do understand this, until we get to that space of being real about ourselves, about the things that we've done, it's easy for us to point the finger at certain shit, but I'm gonna tell you something, there's a whole lot of information out there that has not been brought to the forefront about the things that we did first.
Give me an example. Give me an example, like.
The first Africans that were brought to the United States were not people of color. The first Africans that were brought to the United States were Caucasians from South Africa. Never heard that before, have you? You see?
Would love for you to elaborate.
So a lot of Caucasians were brought here to the United States, and the Moors were the ones that were controlling them and enslaving them. People don't realize how powerful that the Moors of those times were. They had access to all the key codes. They were called the Elohim. So when you see the L's, those are the Elohim. They were also partly responsible for sealing up our ancestors for these Caucasians. They're also partly responsible for giving Caucasians the key codes to knock out Atum out into the solar system. Atum was our very first sun. It wasn't Ra. It was Atum. Atum is back now. This is the reason why people are seeing two suns in the sky. Atum is back now. And we got a blue sun in the sky. Y'all call it the blue Kachina. It's a blue sun that came from the star system of Andromeda brought by the Galactic Federation. There's another sun that's coming, a red sun that's coming, which is going to be called the red Kachina. There's more suns coming. But there was information that we were not told that was hidden from us. So I'm exposing some of this information. There are things that we did where we were on top of the world. We were the gods. We had the power for everything. And it is true that we were operating in our arrogance. It is very much true. And what most people don't know is that during the peak of the time when we were operating in our arrogance, we also got hit with a great solar flash by Ra that made us lose all our memories. Okay? There's another great solar flash that's going to happen again that's going to restore all of our memories. So that was brought down for a certain period of time. This is a very real thing that really did happen. But this information is not being talked about. I'm actually going to be writing a book about this, but there's a lot of things that wasn't talked about from that perspective. See what I mean? I bring out new concepts and new things that people never heard of, and it catches them completely off guard. It's like, what? You mean we did this? Yes, we did that, y'all. We did that. We did that. And we made a lot of money off of them too. And we had to take some personal responsibility and accountability for the things that we also have done. And there are people that look just like you and I today that are agents that come into our communities, and we don't have the ability to discern these individuals that are still doing the same thing they've been doing since the days of old. This isn't nothing new under the sun.
Right.
We had to start dealing with the realities of the choices that we made. And because of who we are, because of the things I speak about when it comes to us, concerning the aspects and things like that, and we're ignorant to these things. So we manifest these realities according to how we're feeling on the inside. Remember, whatever you got going on up here, you're going to reflect that out there, or that reflection is going to show up out here. So if you have a negative state of mind, your environment's going to be, if you got a group of people that have a negative state of mind, the whole environment's going to be negative.
Right. Let me ask you this, Isis. So, and I heard